Hey, what's up, y'all? So right now what I'm doing is a glute bridge. And notice how I said glute bridge and not hip thruster? A glute bridge, we're just working in the top half of that range of motion. So only getting about 5 inches of travel versus a regular hip thruster, basically going all the way down, carrying some momentum through that way up, and probably gonna be allowing you to lift heavier. But right now I'm trying to isolate, get the most amount of contraction and mechanical tension into just those glutes. So you wanna set up a bench, just like I have right here, just nice and the long ways, a little bit easier, more comfortable and easier setup than if you had it linked the other way around. So you want to set up that bench to where the bottom of the shoulder blades are still on that bench. And before you even put a padding on there, you want to make sure when your hips are touching the bar, it's right on the hip bones, right on the bone. You'll know when it's on the hip bones, because if it's not, it's going to be on those thighs or a little bit too high, and it's going to feel very uncomfortable. So making sure, touch those hip bones and making sure that that bar is where those hip bones are. Once you know it's in the right spot, you go ahead and put your padding on there. You're going to set up those knees to where they're bent a little bit greater than 90 degrees. So 90, and then just scoot those feet a little bit further, about half to 1 inch more forward, and then you're all set up. During liftoff, squeeze that core, that way you're not loading that lower back. So go ahead and squeeze that core, push up, nice control, only 5 inches of travel down, press, pull, and squeeze. Those are 3 things. Imagine like you're pushing through those heels, pulling those heels towards the bench as you're going up, and squeeze at the top. You want to get some hamstring activation on this, that way you're able to fully shorten those glutes and actually get the full height on that way up. So again, push with those heels, pull, and squeeze, hold for at least 2 seconds at the very top. You also see that my chest is basically in the same spot. I'm not allowing that chest to go up and down. Everything below the ribcage is moving, but the chest is staying flat, and I'm keeping my eyesight forward. If I move that, tilt that head back, I'm using that lower back, which is not what I want. Keep that chin down, pull and squeeze. Keeping those feet should be a slightly wider shoulder width apart. Not too wide and not too narrow, shoulder width apart. Have them shoulder width apart and just scoot them out a few inches out, and you're all set up to go. So a couple things that happen on this one is sometimes people are like, hey, I feel it too much in the lower back. That probably means that they are too far forward on that bench. For example, only having the top of their shoulders on here versus having more stability where the bottom of the shoulder blades are on the edge of the bench. That's it. Go and build yourself a better butt.